Hi guys, once again to our channel, and today we are gonna do a retrospection. 2020 is going pretty quickly, which was marred basically by the pandemic. Well, this phase turned out to be a boon for gamers as a variety of AAA titles ruled the roost this year. I basically like recommending games, especially those that go underrated and hide behind the shadows of big AAA titles. So making everything else clear, here is the top 5 lesser known games that surprised us in 2020. Before watching this video, do like, share and subscribe, and make sure you click that bell icon so that you stay updated. Starting at number 5 is Art of Rally. Art of Rally is a natural drift racing game that serves as the perfect love letter to rally driving. It is designed to be accessible to anyone regardless of skill level, and with a huge amount of content, it's a game that you could easily be playing a year from now and still find new ways to approach it. For those who played Fun Selector Labs' previous title Absolute Drift, Art of Rally will feel comfortingly familiar. The best thing about this game is you don't have to overwork on your level thanks to its free roam mode. It is a terrific way to learn the different handling models that each car offers and how that handling is affected by different road types. Art of Rally gets right more than the majority of racing games in focusing its attention to detail in the right places. You may not be able to peek inside a wealth of licensed cars to marvel at the leather interiors or the shiny chrome engines, but you won't care. You just want to stay glued to this virtual rally masterpiece, abiding by the fact that it will open your mind and would love to play for more. Coming at number 4 is Mortal Shell. You can't actually talk about this game without talking about its obvious inspirations. From Software Soulsborne games, Dark Souls, Bloodborne and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. This game adds ideas of its own with respect to its combat, introducing to more deliberate and strategic pace. It sends you down to dark forest pathways and strange twisted temples guarded by challenging bosses. It's a cool game with respect to hack and slash with smooth flow of button mashes that propels devastating combos similar to Dark Souls. It is tuned for those people who loved Souls experience but struggled with its difficulty levels. You play a faceless, voiceless being called the Foundling, more resembling a revenant than a person, who ventures into a decaying poisonous world known as Fulcrum. You mostly come across people who want to murder you in your undeadish form, and to some extent you are not a match for them. To survive, you need a better body, from where the word Mortal Shell comes from. You are able to inhabit the corpses or shells of some tough warriors you find in the path, which makes you a little less prone to death. The 4 shells you get to play are different from one another, and you can swap it too. Each shell has special perks which you can unlock during the course of the campaign. This game consists mainly of 4 phases, starting from the Soul Realm to being the ultimate monster slayer of the Earth Realm. Overall, Mortal Shell is a perfect alternative of Dark Souls, where you can merrily slay monsters without being afraid of repeating the sequences with tough boss battles and slay sequences. Coming at number 3 is Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. It is an action-adventure game based on American TV series Samurai Jack. It serves as an alternate scenario that takes place during the show's series finale in its final season. Many of its fans were very much longing for this game, and it totally took the box office by storm. The finale is based on defeating the evil Aku and his minions and going back in time to find Ashi, who plays Jack's love interest. It feels like a spot-on replication of a bygone era but doesn't feel outdated. The graphics and the intricate combo system are totally up to date, leading to a complete package. Speaking of combat, there are serious advantages to looking backward, especially if you are tired of Souls-like action genre that involves tedious combat. You can button mash the fights in all difficulties, adding nuance to the combat arenas. The core combat is designed to thrill, with everything from the various ways Jack cuts through robotic opponents to the crunch of the various super moves. Each weapon you wield has a set of combo strings to master. Clubs can tear through rock and bone more easily, and the bow staff can take out hordes of enemies. However, nothing compares to the thrill of slashing enemies at one time wielding Jax's magic sword. The iconic sword can be unlocked only during the later phase, but once you get it, boss fights negligibly throw any challenge. The characters are very much relatable, with Aku being the vicious symbol of villainy in animated series, and Jack's redemption is worth by sitting through this game. Even if you are not a Samurai Jack superfan, Battle Through Time may be worth a playthrough just for the refresher course in how action games worked out in 2020. Coming at number 2 is Ghost Runner. Ghost Runner is a first-person cyber slasher game which has a narrative that feels more like that of a dank sci-fi aesthetic. It begins with a cybernetic warrior fresh from a digital grave looking to fight his way up a massive skyscraper called the Dharma Tower to confront his ultimate corporate nemesis. The game is filled with striking visuals which will give you a pre-cyberpunk feel. Its visuals involve neon-lit city streets, metallic industrial grime, in-depth markets of a future gone wrong, floating particles, and the in-culinary SWAT murders. There is no sitting put in this game. You're constantly sprinting and jumping, blending in every environment you pass through, cutting and slashing anyone who comes your way. The platforming mechanics make up basically the entire game, where you even have to judge every wall run to execute or you'll screw the entire sequence. You also have a voice playing in your head which constantly instructs your moves, but it's upon you whether to follow them or cause your own mayhem. Ghost Runner was looking a bright prospect when its trailer came in E3 2019, and many compared it with cyberpunk sword fighting. Ghost Runner is all about skill, which people couldn't speculate about in its pre-release, and with now it being out, it has surprised everyone with its engaging story, mechanics, gameplay, and its digital cybertronic samurai type hack and slash. Coming at number 1 is Remnant from the Ashes. For those who don't know, this is a Souls-like looter shooter from Gunfire Games. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world that is overrun by monsters called the Root, who kind of look like evil Groots, and they force humans into the hiding. I'm gonna be honest with this, Gunfire Games have done a good job of building their own world and filling it with cool looking monsters and environments. The story and gameplay is super satisfying, and your guns are your primary weapons, with the melee being the secondary thing. The best thing about the game was the alternate shift in combos in combat using both your melee and gun attacks, and it is quite thrilling. There is more other than combat. There are different mods you can attach to your weapons, each one having its own active ability. There's one that sets your bullets on fire, causing burn damage to enemies. There's also one that turns your weapon into a grenade launcher a bit and causes explosive damage with multiple combos. The co-op is also seamless with no in-game communication, but you can coordinate with your teammates with in-game clues and the manner in which enemies intimidate you. There is also a hub where you update and integrate your weapons. The character progression is also different from other games. Leveling up will award you with trade points that you can use on selection of skills which level up your stamina, your health, armor stuff, etc.